Hey, Rob, what you doing?
Actually, checking out some Black Friday ads.
Oh, I want to get one of them Genesis emulators.
Dan, you basic bitch! I want to tell you what you should and should not buy this gaming holiday season. Hey Dan.
Hey Rob.
What are you looking forward to buying this holiday season?
Disney tickets.
Yes. It's really exciting.
Well, that didn't go with the script. I'll play your game.
Was that not?
I'm looking forward to video games.
Video games. Okay. So what I want to talk about today is the gaming market is getting to be where when things are released, it's very difficult to get a hold of them. For example, I tried to buy the limited edition of the PlayStation 4 and it sold out literally in seconds.
I think the problem is soft releases there, though.
I tried to find the damn Mega Man 11 with the Switch bundle and the Amiibo. I was pissed.
I mean, I tried to find it in Japan and I couldn't find it.
Well, that was a different game.
Yeah.
Because you were looking for Mega Man, and they don't call it that in Japan.
Rock'em.
That was your problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes,
go ahead.
exactly. Like, if you don't pre-order these things like the Amiibo or the Dark Souls like Amiibo, you're just not going to get them. So I want to try and talk about some things that potentially could sell out quickly around Black Friday and the Christmas season.
So you're doing a hype episode.
Hype. Where's my hype man? Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
All right. So things to pay attention to. I don't have it here because it's this tall. The thing I think is coolest that potentially could sell out is the Arcade 1-Up tabletop
Well, that's
units.
actually more about like here, because I went looking at it.
You guys keep changing the size.
It's big.
Well, it's about
It's like
good
you
size.
No, like from the floor, this size. Yeah,
Right.
it's about as tall as you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So what makes this so amazing? I've seen it at your
all
house.
right. Let me give you a little brief synopsis on what the Arcade 1-Up cabinets are. They are approximately 3/4 size of a real cabinet.
So like what, 4 feet tall?
Yes, approximately 4 feet tall.
Okay.
If you are an adult and you sit down in a chair like this, it is about perfect height for playing. The screen controls, it's great. If you are a small child like my 6 and 4-year-old,
It's perfect height.
it literally is the perfect height. It's fantastic
And
watching
they
them play.
have a stand they sell. I think it retailed about $44 at Walmart.
Yes, and that riser allows you to stand up.
So you have a full cabinet almost.
Yeah, it's still shorter than an actual cabinet, but it's close enough where you can stand up and play. This company has produced a number of these. There's one that has Rampage and
Joust.
Defender, Joust,
Galaga.
Then there's a Pac-Man one coming that I think might be exclusive to Walmart. There's one that has 12 Atari games.
Oh God, they're doing exclusives already of
Yes.
a $300 thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Why
Walmart's
are people doing
exclusives.
this?
I think there's a Best Buy exclusive.
I think it's for the collector who wants a cabinet
To
in their
catch
house.
them all.
Yes, absolutely. Gotta catch them all.
Well, the thing is, like, and now I'll talk about this more later, but like the audience of this product is very interesting because a hardcore person, I'm pretty hardcore, I'm very authentic about my arcade game playing experience. So I have things like a tank stick and I have an actual for real cocktail arcade cabinet to play these games. This thing is not a $2,000 Street Fighter unit. It's not.
Well, it has 4 games on it.
Yeah, the Street Fighter one has 3, but yeah, they typically have 3 to 4 games on them. So it has the one that I had was a Street Fighter one. It has Champion Edition, Super Street Fighter, which okay, sure, whatever, and then Super Street Fighter Turbo, which is fantastic.
That's a good game.
But my favorite is Champion Edition. Like that's one of my favorite games ever.
Okay.
So this was a shoe-in for me to buy for $300.
And you think it's gonna potentially be one of those hard to get items
I
for
absolutely-
the holiday season?
Well, I kind of agree with Rob because you're talking about a $300 machine that they don't know how many they're going to make because it's a very niche item. I mean,
Well,
Dan and I are not going to buy these.
No,
this is
and I
very.
imagine, it's... They only have so much shelf space
Yeah,
or floor
Right.
space.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
warehouse space is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If it's a small company,
Yes, it is.
I assume it's a
Yes,
small company,
small
right?
company.
They have a small warehouse. They're like, well, shit, we can only make, I don't know, 1,000 of these Street Fighter cabinets, and that's it.
Yeah, and
Then
when
we move on to the next thing.
I went to Walmart recently and I saw it and I got really excited because I was like, oh, Rob's mentioned this before. They had 6. They had the Street Fighter. I think they had 2. They had Joust. I think that was the one with Galaga. And that's the one I was interested in because I love playing Joust.
It is so weird to see it at Walmart because I saw them at Walmart, and I'm like, this doesn't belong here.
It
I came here to buy
felt
body
weird.
wash. So that's your number one item.
Exactly like
The
what you were talking
quality's
about.
worth it.
The quality,
Everything's worth
especially if you really like the games, you really like Rampage, if you really like Street Fighter 2, and you want like an arcade-esque experience at your house, but you don't want like you don't have tons of space in order to devote it to it. This thing I think is worth $300 or maybe like.
Do you think there'll be a sale on Black Friday?
I don't think there'll be a sale, but there might be a big push for people to
I
go
think
get them.
Walmart will definitely advertise it. I think it'll be one of the.
It'll be interesting to see what they
Semi-larger.
do with the prices since this just came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay, the second thing I'd like to talk about is, speaking of arcade gaming things, this is the Neo Geo Mini.
Do they make a big giant thing to make it feel like you're at a real arcade?
I know. I'm like,
It's
you're
like
just
the
going
Game
from
Boy
a large.
magnifying glass.
No, they don't make a candy
Just
can
set
out
it
of
like
this.
right here.
Though, yes, that magnifier, that thing was awesome.
So that was $300. How much is this sucker?
This was $100.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, wait. And how much does it? What does it have on it?
Well,
So-
that's my next question. How many games are on this
Okay,
thing?
so this has 40 Neo Geo games, and
Are they good games? Are they?
Well, Neo Geo games.
well, see,
they're-
this is the thing.
I'll say about 85% of Neo Geo games are good.
Yeah.
At least to me. They're
Yeah.
my childhood, so
Yeah.
What are some of the games that would be
So,
like
this
I'm
is-
interested in?
okay.
Or
they better
somebody
have King of
that's
Fighters 96 because that's the best King of Fighters.
I asked the dude who made King of Fighters 96 and 97 and 98 which one he thought was best, and I was like, I know the answer's 96, but
Of course
which one
the
is the
answer's
best?
96.
He goes, 98 and 97. So
You're
what,
telling
you like,
bullshit. You don't know
I
what
did.
you're talking
I was
about.
like, no, sir, you're
I
incorrect.
know you made the games, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So what is?
Okay, so this is the international, or this is the Japanese version, and the
Okay.
the two
I
versions.
see Metal Slug on there.
The Japanese version is focused mainly on fighters. So King of Fighters 94 up are on the system.
Until what? 2000 and
2000 something.
damn.
No, yeah, there's a bunch ofKing of Fighters
You
games on
damn
there.
fool! They didn't make it 2018.
Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, tons of fighting games are what this one is focused on. The
Okay.
American one is more focused on things that you might want to play, such as like all the Metal Slugs.
Puzzle Bobble,
Don't
Stardew Valley.
I was gonna say
What's the cat Animal Crossing game?
Minako, Night
Yeah,
Market.
that's on there too.
no.
These
I was
are
gonna
lies.
say yeah. Don't listen to anything you just said. Things like Metal Slug, Magician Lord,
Okay.
like some of the more like arcadey like
Bonk.
Things
Side
that were
scrollers.
released
side
here,
scrollers.
side scrollers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the American one focuses on side scrollers, the Japanese one focuses on fighting games.
Well, it's weird why Japan would have a fighting game unless you can hook it up to another system, which I assume that's what this 2P thing is here, and then he can
Yeah,
fight
because
you.
they have a 1P and then the 2P here.
Interesting.
So what's cool about this thing? So you can totally phrasing. So what you do with this system is you can obviously play this as is, and this is a what I like to call a cramped experience, but it's playable.
I don't know if I could like.
No, this is not a long-term goal.
This
but
is like tiny hand for Tina. Huge
Tina, go
hand,
ahead.
Steve. I'm a hustler, baby. Oh,
Huge hand, Steve.
Yeah,
Playing?
I mean, I don't think you could play this, Rob. I mean, I would have a little bit of a problem playing it.
Yeah. So what you can do, this thing is kind of neat. Both sides of this, SNK makes controllers. They're just USB controllers.
Okay.
So you can plug in
And share one tiny
So
screen.
this is $100.
Hold
Is
on.
it worth it? Though?
Hold on. You can plug in controllers, and yes, two people can play. And then, like, okay, on a tiny screen, you're absolutely right. And on the back, there's HDMI, so you can plug it up to the TV.
So you just bought yourself an emulator.
So
Yeah.
So this is like a Switch with a form factor that is not really great for
it
portable
is like
gaming.
a Switch.
Except
I
you
never
can't
thought about
add any more games to it, right?
it. No, you cannot add any more games. It has not been hacked, to my knowledge. And
You should have brought this for Justify My Purchase episode. So I could have made fun of you and be
The
like,
reason I didn't is because
that's
I
a
don't know.
pass.
Yeah.
So I think for a collector, this is definitely a good ticket item.
Yeah.
For most people, it's probably not.
And again, it's like exactly what you said. This also is a very niche thing because, as Omar was talking about before, Neo Geo games, like when the Neo Geo came out when we were kids in the 90s, it was $650. Now,
Each game was
also like
insanely
because they were
This-
literal arcade games that you could put into your system. So now you have it costs $100, but you can literally have the
It is
arcade
crazy.
experience.
It's a great deal, but
it's a good deal, but it's
Interesting
just
handheld.
capitalizing on the Nintendo theme of the Nintendo Classic, SNES Classic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a collector's item if you're into that. I think get it. I think it'd be well worth it.
Yeah.
where can you find that?
This is available at Amazon, GameStop, like major realtors like that. I don't think it's at Best Buy. I haven't seen
Walmart while I'm body wash shopping.
I don't think so.
Omar
the
uses
1K
a lot.
A lot of body
I'm
wash.
a body wash kind of guy.
You smell great. So
Just
you.
not Axe. Please, no Axe.
I don't axe. Come on, I'm not in my 20s. Anyway, next.
The third-
Okay, next up. I don't have one in my hand because they are not released, but they will be released. Going back to this whole retro game things that can sell out quickly, the PlayStation Classic.
December 3rd.
How many games are going to be on this system?
20 games are going to be on the system, and it's stuff from our childhood, like Final Fantasy VII that, we missed, or
And how much?
Jumping Flash.
How much? Yeah, nobody wanted that game.
I love Jumping
That's
Flash.
the Whoopi Goldberg game, right? Jumping Jack Flash?
That's a Rolling Stone song.
Anyway, how much is the system?
The system is $99.
Not bad. 2 controllers.
And 2 controllers. So, look,
Okay.
again, capitalizing on Nintendo's classic thing that they've been doing, this is a fantastic deal. Like, especially if you grew up with these games. Like, you're going to have to go buy this, but you're going to have to be on the ball. Because when they did pre-orders sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, when this drops, December 3rd, run to your favorite realtor, stand in line. I see these selling out. I don't see it going to be, I don't know if it's going to be as bad as like the Nintendo
I don't think it's
Classic
going to be
was,
that bad either.
but it might be like the SNES
don't
Classic,
know.
which was hard to find, but not impossible to find if you're
Then-
diligent. The last thing that I want to talk about is bundles. All around the holiday season, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they do like limited lower run bundles of games. Sometimes you save money, sometimes you don't. For example, Red Dead Redemption is included with the Xbox One X bundle, and it's actually a great deal. I think you can also get like Xbox Live, a bunch of other stuff to go with it. Like, that's a fantastic deal. Sony's doing some deals with the PlayStation 4 as well. But
Steam and Humble Bundle do similar deals.
but the thing that I think is going to disappear very quickly is the Super Smash Brothers Switch bundle, which comes out without the game. You get a download code when the game
Fuck
releases.
that noise, I'm out.
It comes with the
I feel
download
you
code.
on
December
that
7th is when the game comes out. But like their Switch or their Smash Brothers like
Controllers.
controllers, and on the dock there's also art on the dock, and I see it going to be
I can buy stickers.
Well, see, that's the
good.
thing. I bought the Kingdom Hearts limited edition, DS, and it was a freaking sticker. Or not, it was a PSP. It was a sticker.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so mad about it. I'm like...
Well, if you think about
I
it,
paid
most of
what
these are
for
just
this?
decals.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, unless it's got like Mario-shaped controllers, like his arms.
I had some of those.
Which is kind of weird to play. But anyway,
Hey!
Like the Garfield phone, it's
yeah.
actually like Garfield.
you went to the Garfield phone from my Switch Mario wonderful
I'm
controller.
sitting here thinking
I
maybe you could have
had.
a Kingdom Hearts that has Mickey ears, or
That would be cool.
There is a Kingdom Hearts PlayStation bundle thing in Japan where it's like the system itself has like some little bling from Kingdom
Well,
Hearts. It's
it's-
ridiculous.
So how much will the retail? I don't think Nintendo's going to cut you a deal.
Okay, the other thing is Nintendo knows they don't have to discount the Switch. Why would they do that?
They're like, what is Black Friday?
you mean African American Friday?
What is this American ideal of cutting your prices?
Cutting your prices. Because, like, why would they? Everyone wants to buy
you
Switch.
played Smash Brothers? This is ultimate.
I mean, it has Link. It
It
always
sells
has.
It sells itself.
Yeah, so there's no reason for Nintendo to actually, like, do anything where they, like, lose money. Because the bundle is $360. Because the system costs $300. The game costs $60. The bundle.
And you don't even get the game.
You don't even
get
get the
a
game.
little
You get
sheet of
yellow.
paper that says, "Here you go,
But you get
buddy."
cool, like, decals and things like that. So.
Not worth it. So
I mean-
that's the thing to avoid. What else is the other thing you want?
No, that's the thing to buy. So some people don't have a Switch. This might be a good entryway into it.
So, I went to Costco, a while back ago, and I saw the Switch, and I saw the price, and I was like,
There's a
honey,
Fortnite bundle too.
because of, Night Market, the cat game, I was like, I kind of want a Switch.
So let's fingers crossed. Heather, if you're watching, buy a Switch. Okay.
What is the not to buy, though?
Okay, all right. So we've talked a lot about nostalgic games and products and things that are going to tap into.
don't buy the Atari Lynx Special Edition. when it comes out.
It's coming. It's coming.
It is coming, don't you? There is.
What?
Atari did announce
Atari.
a small little portable wooden portable that I'm super excited about. I hope it comes to
Wooden?
America.
Oh,
What?
wooden like the original.
Yes, but it's like a little portable thing like this.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
hopefully that'll come. That's what
Come
she
to
said.
America. Isn't Atari an American company though?
Yes, it has not been announced in America yet. It's been announced in the UK, but not in America.
Doesn't
What?
make any
That's-
sense. Anyway, go
Okay,
ahead.
we can
Was
talk
it-
about this later. The thing that you need to avoid. So, Omar, have you ever played any of those Sega Genesis like retro systems where it's like
No, I avoided those because you told me not to get them.
Yes, I got one.
you got one. Tina Tina, speaking of the microphone, tell me about the experience of this Sega retro system. Go ahead.
There's like one game you really want to play, and that's it.
Well, I've always heard like it's a fucked up emulator system.
Right, it is. Half the games don't work on it. Or like I think on mine.
Did you buy it at a flea market, or did you
No.
buy it at
Someone
I
where
think-
you buy your body wash?
I bought it at like Kroger.
You bought it at
body
Kroger.
wash.
Hey, Kroger has some great clothes and like accessories.
And
Alright,
you think
weird.
you get another game, and then you click on it, and it's the same game as the one before, and you're like,
And navigating the menu is terrible. Like you push
Oh,
buttons
absolutely.
to rather than up and down, you push
So
buttons.
was
and
that
it becomes
Sega themselves that made that, or
So
did they
the company
hire a
that makes
third
this,
company?
the company that made it is called At Games, like AT.
Like the AT symbol?
No, just AT
not a
at
symbol.
Games.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And I hate to say this, I don't like to disparage other companies, but they suck at doing retro games. Like the Sega emulations, exactly what you said. The navigation of the menu is terrible. The audio is off. Like if you've played Golden Axe or Streets of Rage, you know what these games are supposed to sound like, and they just don't.
Rise
Right.
from your grave.
Right? Okay, so
they didn't port it over correctly, is what it is. They messed up on some of the code.
I don't know what the deal is with the.
How do you fuck up an emulator? The free ones are like
That's true. They should
Great.
just take open source emulation and
Because they
perform
see
it.
dollar signs, and they're just
That
like,
costs
yeah, I can
money
do
and
that.
effort and time. So, in fact, just a little bit more about At Games. Sega said, we saw that Nintendo was doing a classic and Sony's doing a classic. We're going to do a Mega Drive classic. And everyone's like, yeah! And then At Games was like, we're going to produce it. And everyone was like, oh no. And then Sega goes, actually, At Games is not going to produce it. It's going to be moved in-house. So
damn, they actually that games?
yes, they did, and At Games had to kind of delete that tweet. So that
man.
just shows, yeah. So now, okay, that brings me to what you should not buy. This is a really cool concept. I'm sorry that it sucks. Namco, makers of Pac-Man, Mappy.
Klonoa.
Where do you come up?
That's an awesome game.
Animal
I
Crossing.
think it's pronounced quinoa.
Okay, you're fired. I at
Galaga-
least gave you a
I'm
game.
messing with.
Okay, whatever. Galaga, they have a bunch. There's a huge library of games. They have what's called this Namco Arcade Stick. It's a really slick device. It's just like an Amazon Fire Stick, and you plug into the HDMI cable or connection to your
If
TV.
it has Katamari, I might.
No, that's also not Namco.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
Namco.
You're fired.
Don't
Get out of here!
Don't you actually the woman?
Let me mansplain this to you. So it focuses on
Joking
arcade.
about Animal Crossing, man.
Sorry. It focuses on classic arcade Namco titles like Mappy and Galaga and Pac-Man and things like that. You plug in your HDMI.
I love that.
That game is dope. You plug in your HDMI. You plug in your power to it. It comes with a wired or wireless controller. And it was supposed to be pretty slick, where it used to, the copies that they sent to reviewers, use arcade versions of these games. And the arcade emulation was good, fine.
Okay.
Give me, because there is a difference between arcade, Pac-Man, and all the ports on the various systems.
So what happened?
So what had happened was, when it came out into retail, into Walmart and places, they swapped out the emulation to use old NES ROMs. And the Nintendo versions of Pac-Man and Galaga...
They went with
and
Nintendo ROMs?
Yes, they went with Nintendo ROMs. The emulation is just not that great. So this is totally like classic bait and switch, where they're like, hey reviewers, try this product out, and then like when they actually release it, they switch it out to Nintendo ROMs. Now, my guess is, at the time, At Games maybe didn't have like licenses or permission to put arcade ROMs, arcade versions.
okay.
That's why like Donkey Kong isn't like emulated properly, because Donkey Kong's source code is owned by someone else other than Nintendo. So like it's taking years for that to occur. My guess is it's something like that, where they weren't allowed or licensed or to have the arcade ROMs on the system. So
They had the properties, but not the actual rights
Right.
to the coding.
right.
Or
So if you were looking for, you see this thing on the shelf and you're like, oh my gosh, I want these Namco arcade classics to plug in my TV, and it's $20. You'd think it's a great deal. The emulation is just not. So stay away from the Namco arcade collection.
Anything else?
And At Games. Anything that says At Games, stay away from that too.
Okay. So these are the niche items to get before the Black Friday rush, right?
Before Black Friday, before Christmas, get it now.
If you want to, and
Or
if you
get-
really hate somebody, you get them that Namco
Sonic.
arcade.
Yeah, anything that says At Game, nothing says
The
disdain,
Genesis.
nothing says white elephant present than an At Game emulation box.
All right, cool.
So those are some of the things that I think, as a gaming nostalgic person, should pick up this holiday season. Let me know what you think in the comments. Put some links down for some Black Friday ads, some Christmas ads that we should also check out as well. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. And don't be like Dan.
Yeah, let's see.
No, I'll just wing it. We'll see.
Okay.
Rolling.
So those are some of the things that I think you should definitely look out for this holiday season.
Are you playing with the little man in the boat?